The final room reveals have taken place and the block has almost come to an end, but the houses are far from finished and the auctions are only a week away from airing. So what really happens in the time between the final tools down and the block auction? We asked Shannon Vos, winner of the block, Glasshouse, to spill the goss on what goes on behind the scenes and how much extra work goes into getting the houses ready for the all-important block auctions. The rooms are all handed in, the cameras have turned off and you're looking forward to a week of sleep and catching up on Game of Thrones. Well, that's exactly how Simon and I felt after finishing the 12-week build of the Glasshouse, says Shannon. We figured it was 3 months until the auction and we'd have a massive holiday. How wrong we were. What happens between the final tools down and the block auction? The contestants' rooms are all built, furnished and finished, but what's not seen is the juggernaut that is the rest of the build. The common areas, the outside and the rooftop works keep on keeping on, scrambling to be finished on time for the ever-looming auction. At the Glasshouse in Paran, there were up to 30 or more tradies for about 3 months, after we had left, finishing off the outside of the build. They worked literally up till the auction day, and there was still work left to be done after that. It's an immense and thankless job, one that doesn't get too much airtime but is crucial to the contestants' results at the end of the show. These workers are the backbone of the block. We got to know many, and though they're not part of the Channel 9 crew, were a huge part of our lives on the show. The cleanup begins during the show. You may see the contestants' previous rooms, covered up, full of rubbish and tools, and generally looking like a war zone. This is the ugly part of the build. The beautiful rooms are finished, clean and absolutely perfect. Well, that's debatable, but after judging day and when the filming of each room had been finished, these once pristine rooms become the tool sheds, the rubbish piles and the stock rooms for all the spaces that are coming up. It's a heart-breaking thing to see a finished room look like this, but it's a dirty necessity to have to use these spaces in order to build whatever is on the cards for that week. Back when we had finished our master bedroom at the Glasshouse, our pristine master suite lasted all of 2 days before the walls were torn down and the carpet ripped up to accommodate structural steel that needed to be put in place for the exterior facade. This probably should have been done weeks before we got there, but a lot of the time the structural builders have trouble keeping up with the contestants' relentless pace. We absolutely flipped our lids, seeing our room torn up like that, and while eventually it was rebuilt, it's hard to say whether it was to the standard that our super builder Moz had finished it to. It's a never-ending struggle to keep the apartments and houses clean on the block. Builders, camera crew, runners, and producers all leave their mess and they all leave their mark. Walls get trashed, floors get scratched, and there's a never-ending layer of dust over everything. The trick is to cover everything up and put everything away. Eventually, everyone leaves once the show is finished and it's only then you can get back to rebuilding your rooms to the standard they were judged. Prepping for auction day, the real estate agents treat your home or apartment like any other sale. The place is constantly being photographed, there's an endless stream of buyers coming through and cocktail parties are thrown to schmooze any investors. There's plenty of meetings with the agents to nut out any strategies and directions for sale. The trick is juggling all this with all the other responsibilities thrown at you. The non-stop parties. Well, party is a strong word, let's use function, it's a bit more civilized. After the cameras are turned off, the apartments are literally turned over to the sponsors. Of course, the juggernaut that is the block relies on sponsors and the apartments continue to represent the offering of the brands. So you go along, you smile, you pose for endless selfies. It's very tiring but it's also good fun as it's a chance to enjoy your space as it was designed for, entertaining. Interviews, events and endorsements. Who doesn't love a free plug? So, it's endless radio interviews, TV crosses and phone calls with journalists. Every time we won a room on TV, Channel 9 flew us down to the block for a live cross the morning after the reveal was televised. It's exhausting, but it's a fun peek into the entertainment world. There's plenty of celebrity, another loose term, events, sponsor endorsements and the odd perk of fickle fame. We were lucky enough to have a bit of fun at the Melbourne Cup. We had plenty of concert tickets and the odd party to attend. Perks indeed. This article originally appeared on our sister site, Homes to Love.